Hello, we are back.
Again, you could have done this menu stuff.
I'm literally healing once. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm always going to complain about it. Yes, we're back. I don't know what we're fighting next.
Yeah, it's kind of... You actually do get certain fights depending on what floor you land on.
Sortipedes. Plural.
Sortipedes.
Sortipie. Sortipie?
Sortipides.
Are they still called a sword dance if there's two of them, or is it sword dances?
It's a sword duet.
Or sword dancers.
Sword tango.
I was going to say, a duet is a song. That's not a dance. A tango I will give you. I do like the way they kind of have this, like, weird ombre effect in their body, though.
What do you mean?
Well, they're darker at the back, and then they're greener at the front.
Oh, the gradient sort of deal. Yeah.
An ombre. Yes.
You can use your weird words all you want, but it's called a gradient.
It's not a weird word.
There we go, floor 59.
Have you been on the internet in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
Yeah? You taking any of it in?
No. I try not to.
Oh no. More fights. Does this mean you don't have to do that weird sneaking thing? Where you're trying to sneak?
No, I think that happens regardless.
I hate that bit.
It's not a great section.
Cat's looking at me.
And I'm fairly certain it's not in the remake, which makes me happy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's great. Cat, you're licking me.
although there's a few flaws I wish were in the remake, to be fair.
Such as?
The one where you have to crawl through the vents to get treasure.
Oh!
That's not in the remake.
No. And I can kind of see why.
There's the floor where you have to piece together the old, like the broken Midgar model.
Oh yeah.
And you get treasure for doing that as well.
Yeah. That's been repurposed into like the mayor's room, hasn't it? It's not really there, but that's what it would have been.
No, basically I think what they used instead of that is that VR showcase.
Ah.
That shows you like this is what the ancients used to do and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get like the weird like Sephiroth vision going on in there.
No, really?
Yeah, no, they couldn't help themselves. It's one of my only pet peeves with like the remake is the overuse of Sephiroth.
I don't think so.
I mean, we've talked about this with our friend before now.
We have friends
Because he recently bothered to actually finish the game.
Did we actually talk about that?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
like he's okay. He's okay with how much they use Sephiroth as well, but like I just think it could have been toned down a little bit.
See, I think it's you have to strike a balance between fan favorite because he is, and telling a story. And we've had this conversation before about basically Sephiroth doesn't really show up for the first time until you're on a boat.
Yeah. Like, it's the first time you ever see him face to face in the present time sort of deal. It's not a flashback
It's not a flashback, and it's not him being like, oh, this is odd, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think the amount they use him is reasonable.
I don't know. I think I would have ditched the first 2 times they allude to him.
See, no, I like those. Are you talking about the bit where he comes out of the reactor and he has that vision?
That bit's alright, but, like, I mean, like, just the feather coming out of nowhere when he's on a mission and stuff like that. Like, it just... I don't know. I'm. This is also coming from a place of where I really don't like the one-winged angel aesthetic.
No.
Like, I wish it would go away.
Yeah, it's not, though, gonna.
I know it's not ever gonna go away because everyone's obsessed with it.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just not one of those people. I'm not obsessed with it.
That's fine. I mean...
I just wish it would go away.
We had this conversation the other day. One Winged Angel as a song is not nearly as good as the Genova theme.
No, it isn't.
Fight me on it. But, like...
People can fight me in the streets. I will do it.
Yeah, which means they'll be fighting me in the streets because you're a pacifist.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But, I think they used him a reasonable amount. And I also like the way they used him. Like, we were talking about how initially Cloud tries to explain stuff away.
Yeah.
And I liked that. Like, he sees Sephiroth and he's like, well, there's definitely loads of Mako in the air and I am definitely inhaling that, so I'm gonna go home now. Like, or he puts it down to being tired or a lack of sleep and stuff like that.
They do a good job of really, like, hammering home his, like, very clear PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, whether or not he's fully aware that he has it is irrelevant.
He 110% does not. He does not know, like, what is wrong with him. He thinks he's fine.
And neither do any of his friends, and they don't know really what to do about it.
No, that's true. There's a few bits as well, like, where they say, oh, do you think Cloud's okay? And they're like, yeah, he's fine. It's like he's very clearly not.
That's just Cloud for you.
That's just Cloud. He's fine. He's not fine. And even like Tifa, and she's his childhood friend. She's like, yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's all right.
He seems
I'm
okay.
slightly worried, but
I was worried, but now I'm not. Like, it's alright. Although I do like the bit in the remake where Tifa's going to Aerith. She was like, Aerith, do you think Cloud's okay? And she's like, I don't really care. How are you, Tifa? And I'm like, this is brilliant.
Sorry, I very quickly have to look something up because I never remember how this works.
Oh, the thingy. I'm just going to run around like a lunatic then.
I mean, what you could do is go check the library for me.
Where? What?
So, in one of these library sections...
Yeah. Or in the yellow one. Am I supposed to be clicking things?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out something.
Oh no.
Okay,
Now we're in the blue one.
Walk into the upper right one, so you're in that one.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, upper right. Oh, okay, no, you're in the lower right. Okay.
I know how to tell right from left and up from down.
Okay, so you want to go to the middle shelf and check the far left book. New plans for urban planning. There we go. Cool.
New plans for urban planning.
Yeah.
Plans for plans.
Plan.
Plan.
But now I know what the password is.
Okay.
Basically, if you're not aware of what I'm doing there, the Mayor Domino here, he makes you guess a password, and it's all like you have to check all the books in the library, and you have to find which one's out of place and that sort of stuff, and then use the 16th letter or whatever. And it's the most obtuse thing in the world, and it very rarely ever works. But it turns out you can literally just check one of the books in one of the libraries, and that'll just tell you exactly which one it is. In this case, it's Marco.
I love what they do to Domino in the...
Oh yeah, he's so much more involved.
Yeah, he is.
Like, he's actually your man on the inside.
He's your man on the
Avalanche.
inside. He's got a much nicer office.
Oh, a way better office.
So many security
And a whole bunch of,
guards.
like, robo-librarians.
And also, it just made me laugh, like, his little aide who is outside, he's also in the remake.
Yeah,
like,
and he's
of
slightly
all
more
the
involved as well.
like...
Because you have to buy something off him.
Yeah. Like, of all the characters that they were like, let's put them back in, it was like, yeah, the mayor's aide, he seems chill.
But yeah, so it just turns out that if you check the far left book in the middle shelf in that one room, it'll like give you the hint that you need. Like, depending on what book it is, it's going to be, the corresponding password. So that was very fun to find out one day.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how I'm going to leave that. I'm gonna go triple speed on this because
is this the one you were saying that you
this is the
in?
floor I wish was in the remake.
Yeah, I mean they do have a scene with you in the air ducts, don't they?
Yeah, but that's when you're
listening
eavesdropping on the.
Yeah, but the point I was making there was like those models / that rigging exists.
Well, yeah, like the stuff in the air vents does exist, but it's just not this floor.
Yeah.
Which is what I wanted. Because sneaking in the air vents to eavesdrop over a meeting is not the same as getting treasure.
True. Very true.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Coupon change, there we go. Why give the better option as the lower one? Don't do that.
Tricky.
There we go. To the next floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This bit isn't boring at all.
No, nothing about this floor is boring. Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. Although, that floor is where you find the weapon for Kashi, isn't it?
Yeah, when you come back in Disc 2.
Yeah.
It's a little out of the way to go get it, but...
Thing is, you can find it there, but you're like, oh, it's a megaphone, that's weird. And then you just leave it there. Whereas I think you find guns for Vincent, and like you're like, well, this is a gun, I'm going to take this. Why would I take a megaphone?
Yeah. So on this floor, there's also another gimmick. Basically, if you... See, the menu did that thing again. If you find the pieces of the Midgar model, like, and then put them back in a certain order, then it becomes more of a puzzle because the boxes you can open in a specific order. Whereas if you put them back in a different order, you can just open any box you want at any time.
These enemies are so weird.
These are in the remake.
They're so strange. They're just little dudes with hammers coming out of holes. They're literally whack-a-moles that can whack back.
I mean, they're not the weirdest enemy you can get in this section. There's also the ones that are just big stop signs with rocket launchers.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
There we go. Yeah, so if you go like counterclockwise or something, then actually I forget which way you're supposed to go. I think it's supposed to be this one first to get like the doing it in any order one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's been a while.
Yeah, at least a couple of weeks.
No, longer than that. It's been ages since I've played this and got to Midgar Tower.
Yeah, to be fair, you usually play for about 20 minutes and go, well, I've done it again, and then you leave. Yeah. Or you load an old save.
I'm fairly certain I'm putting these in the right order.
You load an old save and then you beat the end bosses and then you stop playing
I only
again.
do that on the Switch because I have my master save on that.
Oh, I see. But you do that.
Oh no, I think I got it wrong.
You got it wrong. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got it wrong. Uh-oh. Oh well. It's fine.
You got it wrong. Oh,
it just means a little bit more running around and not knowing where I'm going, because I never remembered these. I'm kind of glad this section isn't in the remake, to be fair.
You lied! Earlier in this thing you said...
No, I said there's...
That one's not there, and that's kind of a bummer.
Only because you get treasure. I mean, actually you don't, now I think about it.
No. Tally, please
I was misremembering. I thought that these boxes were filled with actual treasure, not just Midgar parts.
No,
but
baby,
now...
it's just parts.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
It's so you can build your Airfix model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish this... I'm kind of glad this isn't in the remake now. I'm properly sitting down and seeing what it is for what it is.
Now I don't have a walkthrough in front of me, I don't like it.
No walkthroughs. The glitch thing that was supposed to happen didn't happen. Because I did it the wrong way round.
Oh no. Oh, so many of them multiplying.
So many solipedes.
What?
Solipedes.
You called them solipedes.
No, I didn't.
You did. And you're going to listen back and you're going to hear you say solipedes.
I mean, probably, but it's not going to bother me.
No, well, you won't show me. Touching the cat.
God, they're kind of just dumb enemies, aren't they?
They are.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In the remake, they look really cool.
Well, they're much bigger.
They're much bigger and like. I never noticed this before, but they actually do have the blood splatter on them in the original.
Yeah.
Weird detail I never picked up on. Why would you just have that floating around in your big like model of Midgar building?
I don't know. There's no one else on this floor, so.
I forgot they can put Fury on you.
Tifa's model's so cute.
It is cute.
Oh.
Yeah. She learned how to somersault.
Just on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I figured it out.
I figured it out! You throw yourself into the air.
You throw yourself backwards into the air.
Oh man, there's so little to talk about in the Midgar building. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, but it's not going to last that long, so it's fine.
An eternity. What else should we talk about? What will we talk about in the remake? What happened?
I mean, we're getting towards the end of what happened in the remake.
Yeah, to be fair, we are. Oh, I liked the jukeboxes in the remake.
Oh, yeah. The music in general.
Yeah.
Like, being able to collect it was cool.
I am a sucker for a collectible, and VII, as it exists, didn't really have any.
I mean, unless you count, like 100% playthroughs and getting all the key items and stuff.
No. Because a lot of them are just why, you know?
Cloud, why did you do that?
Because he wanted to.
Well, it was dumb and he shouldn't have.
Well, he did. Yeah, a lot of them they just don't do much, do they? Like, you can get the key items, but there's nothing really...
Yeah, I mean, it has way less collectible elements than, like, the games after.
Yeah.
Like, 8 sort of has... Like, I mean, it has the card game, for starters.
8 has the card game, so realistically, like, one of the ultimate in collectibles and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you also have... there's, like... Again, there's secret locations in 8, like, where you get the secret summons and things like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, the 7 has that. It has, like, those materia caves.
You so heavy. Get off.
Dare you?
You know I'm not talking to you. Yeah, so like 7 just didn't have as much of that, even though the world of 7 felt huge.
Yeah.
There just wasn't a lot going on.
It had the issue of feeling huge, but also having not an awful lot in it, spread way further out.
Yeah, so not a whole lot of population or anything either.
Yeah.
The best one though, I think, is 9 for everything, because you have the crystals that you can collect for Garnet and
Arko.
And that obviously gets them different summons, but you also have like the Stellacio coins.
You got the Moogle side quests.
The Moogle side, like all of MoogleNet, yeah.
Chocobo Hot and Cold.
Chocobo Hot and Cold with all the different like chocographs, and then you get to Ozma and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's more besides.
Yeah, there probably is.
Yeah, and there's much more of it in that.
There's also like the friendly monsters.
Oh,
quest.
and the coffee.
Oh yeah, the
Morris.
coffee quest. I always forget that exists.
I love that quest. I mean, we all know why I love that quest. I just like getting coffee for a little old man. I think it's nice.
Speaking of little old men.
Little old man, and then he dies. So you fulfill his last wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
which is coffee, which is.
But yeah, I know 7 doesn't really have all that much going on like that, but it does have it. It's in there.
Yeah, they tried to put more of it in things like Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus, because Dirge of Cerberus is obviously a third-person shooter for some reason, but
they kind of wanted to do the Devil May Cry a little bit.
They really did. Oh my gosh! But there are, like, as you're going through levels, they have these like they're almost like little vials of light.
I honest to God wouldn't remember. And
you can like, but you have to use like the sniper rifle to like zoom in and shoot them, and then you can unlock things like concept art and stuff like that. I mean, I've been saying for ages we should do like Dirge of Cerberus on the channel, just because I think it would be fun.
It would be a logistic nightmare because I don't know how we're going to record off a PS2.
Yeah, it'd be fine. We've got the old thingy.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't know where it is.
It's in the bedroom. I'm telling you. It is. Anyway, we'd figure it out. But yeah, it's... Dirge of Cerberus is definitely a weird one.
Oh, absolutely. Like, out of all the spin-off titles they've done, it is definitely the weirdest one.
Definitely. And, like, they introduce Genesis, obviously, in Dirge of Cerberus. I love Steve Blum as a voice actor. I love him. I think he's brilliant.
I mean, he is great.
And he has one of the cringiest lines I have ever heard in anything ever in Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah.
And every time it just makes me want to cringe for him. It's awful.
Like you feel yourself turning inside out.
Oh, it's so bad. Genesis was a really interesting character, I think, that they added, because I don't know why they did it. To this day, I don't know why they did it.
Well, because they needed Gact in there somewhere.
Yeah. But, like, why? And then they put him in Crisis Core, and he had a much bigger part in the story, and it made a little bit more sense. Sort of.
Not really.
Not really. My favourite character they added for Crisis Core was Angeal. I loved him.
Angeal was kind of cool.
He was so grounded and normal
like,
compared to the rest of them.
Like, unlike characters like Genesis, like, it was cool that Angeal was in Crisis Core and that no one remembers him because he wasn't really that big and flashy about being in Soldier.
Yeah. Like...
You know, like Sephiroth and Genesis.
And Genesis, yeah. And then even Zack to a later extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I really, really liked Angeal. He's such a dad. He's such a dad.
Yeah. But then if you know about Angeal, then you always feel very, very bad for him because of the way Cloud treats his sword.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. He treats it like actual garbage because Cloud never met him.
By the way, I'm looking for the hard edge.
There you go.
Just so people know what I'm doing.
He's not just running around in circles.
I mean, I am, but it's to get the hard edge.
Yeah, but you're not just doing that. You're looking. But yeah, out of all the characters that they added, Angeal was the one that I liked the most, and Genesis was the one I found most superfluous.
Yeah, he really didn't need to be there.
No, and I love Gact.
Like, You're playing a game where you...
I say that, I loved Gact. I haven't actually looked into what he's been doing lately, so if he's been mysteriously cancelled, I don't know that. Yeah. But yeah, I really liked him at the time. Again, niche interest.
But yeah, he was not necessary for any part of like Final Fantasy VII's overarching story.
Yeah.
Because you're playing Crisis Core, which is a game where inevitably Zack will get the crap kicked out of him by Sephiroth. That's you know that's coming if you're playing Crisis Core. You've probably heard about what happens, you know. Yep. So there you go. You've got your bad guy who starts off as kind of a mate. Like you don't need a third dude in there. Like
you don't like Crisis Core just for the battle system.
I don't like the slots mechanic in it. Just because I know you keep telling me it's not as random as it seems, but I still just don't like the implication of randomness in a fight.
Well, it's not that you do fight. You fight normally.
I know you do fight normally.
But like that's basically it's just like limit breaks and stuff.
But it's kind of the same reason why I can't get into.
I mean, you do it with Tifa all the time. It's effectively just like having Tifa's limit break on everybody.
Yeah, but I don't like using Tifa in this game. Like, you know I don't like Tifa. Like I love Tifa as a character.
You will swap her out for Yuffie as soon as you get her.
Yeah, because Yuffie is arguably more useful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Tifa as a character. I hate her limit break mechanics. It's also like I don't like Zell's limit break mechanics in 8.
I just don't like Zell.
I know you.
Sorry.
And I also don't like selfies because there's too much randomness involved with that as well. You don't even remember what hers are, like, no. Do you? Because that's how often people use her.
Party, yeah.
Hers is basically you get assigned a random spell.
Oh,
and
yeah, no, I do remember.
And you cast it a random amount of times, and you go do over until literally everyone's dead in your party because you're trying to find the good spells,
or the cure, or something else, yeah.
Or the one that is a one-hit KO.
Yeah. Which then misses because reasons. But yeah, no, I mean, why would I have selfie when Rinoa literally shoots a dog from her arm?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Some of it's tough, but I assure you that Crisis Core's battle system is not that.
Yeah,
it's just not. It's good.
Like I said, it might not be as random, but it's the implication of it that just doesn't rub me.
If they ever do deign to re-release that poor game,
I'll play the hell out of it.
We will definitely play it on the channel because
I'm surprised they haven't already.
I am.
Like
my
I
mind
know
is
everything
blown.
this year. Oh, I say this year. I know everything in 2020 was kind of just a horrible time to be alive. But you know, I'm surprised they haven't re-released Crisis Core. Not like even before 2020. Like
yeah, well, it's a good looking PSP game, and they already did PSP ports with like Final Fantasy Type 0. Yeah. That was a PSP game that they then ported and basically buffed up to HD. So there's no reason they couldn't do it with Crisis Core. Although I wonder if they just didn't know when this was going to come out and didn't want to take the shine off of the remake. Yeah. I don't know. We'll never know.
I mean, reasonably, I don't think
particularly open about
now it. That we've played like what section of the remake it was. I don't see us getting Crisis Core for a few years.
If at all.
Because of how, like...
Interesting cars.
Very interesting car with a very, very loud exhaust pipe.
Lovely.
But no, like, just because, like, you know, the first part of the remake is just Midgar, and then whatever future parts or part comes out, like, we don't know how much of the game's going to be in there, so... We also have no idea when the next part's even going to start being developed.
I wouldn't even say it from that point of view. It just from a console point of view, it makes very little sense to take something that was on the PSP, buff it up to put it on the PS4
when the PS5 exists.
Exactly. Already. And why would you put it on the PS5? Like, why would you wait for it to go that far? So I don't know. I really don't know.
But what I'm saying is from like a story standpoint as well. Like, maybe it would be not the best idea to have your remake release in parts and then release the prequel to it while you're still making those parts.
Yeah.
Like,
guys, this isn't canon, but we just wanted to show you.
We just want to show you what happened in the past. Sort of, not really, but once you get to the end, you'll see that it's totally probably canon.
But that past.
Because we completely reused parts of it for the end of the first part. Like, it's messy.
It is messy. But it is what it is. I mean... I think part of the reason that it's so enjoyable is that it's messy.
Oh, here's that weird enemy I was talking about.
Oh yeah, the thing that's just like the stop sign, like please stop.
Yeah, it's a stop sign with a gun in it.
It's Please stop. No.
Oh, you can't hurt it. You know what? Sod this then. I really don't.
When you attack it, and it's just like, well, it's machine
no,
gun time.
You stop that. Like, do you reckon if someone bumps into it by accident, it starts shooting at them?
Some poor secretary just hit checks it on the way out.
Like, you know,
floors the whole floor.
The janitor left it there because of a wet floor, and someone bumps into it.
He just thinks it's a wet floor sign.
Wow, I really am not running away from this, am I? Come on.
Oh man.
Now I know I can get away because
it's not saying
it's
you
not
can't.
telling me you can't escape. Like,
yeah. Is the concept that it's chasing you like?
It doesn't help that they only ever run on the spot.
I'm gonna get you. Oh no!
Come on, I really don't want to fight this thing. It's so pointless. It doesn't need to exist.
And yet here it is. Oh my gosh.
Oh, now I can hurt
Now
it.
you can hurt it.
Or is it just spells that can't hurt that?
I have no
I don't know.
Not cool. I like the animation on it though as you hit it.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool, like, well implemented and designed enemy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's also got a reflective surface on it.
Yeah, it's mental.
Like, it's way
Although,
more...
is it reflective or is it meant to be a through?
No, I think it's reflective.
Yeah, interesting.
But, like, I don't know if it's, like, real reflection or if they've just been like, well, it's only going to be in this one area, so let's just animate its textures or whatever.
Either way, it's a nice touch.
It's a good touch, and it's weird for such a bizarre, unnecessary enemy.
That is true. Still looking for the hard edge, aren't we?
Yeah, we are still looking for the hard edge. It has been a while.
A while.
Fights don't happen much, and the one I need never happens that often.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of, like, where we were going with things, like, Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus, I think, would be really funny to play on the channel. But
Hey, there we go. This
there
is the
they
fight I wanted.
are. It's soldiers. That's what you were waiting for, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, these are soldiers.
What class are they?
They are
Third.
A. No, yeah,
They're just third.
class.
Yeah, A and B is who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their names.
I get it. Okay, I get it.
Do you?
Yes,
Do
now
you
I
though?
do.
Now I do. It's a nice touch that they're wearing more or less what you're wearing.
Yeah, like it's more or less the exact outfit that like Zack wears.
Yeah.
Like
I think the
because
colour's
he has
different,
the
isn't
two
it?
shoulder pads and everything. And,
Yeah.
like in the again in the remake, when Cloud's having like a dream about his mum, he's actually wearing like the full two shoulder pads
Yeah.
outfit. Prefer it if you didn't kill her, my guy.
My guy. Also, what is that? What are you throwing at me?
It's a sickle.
That's silly. You
Stole
have
the hard
swords.
edge. Now we can just kill them indiscriminately.
Oh, cool. Murder time. Just in time. Go on, Tifa. Go on.
Go on,
Go on.
kill some dudes.
Sort them right out. This was another thing though that I really liked in the remake is you do see more soldiers.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Like-
I think we have talked about Roche before, haven't we?
We did. We talked about how mental Roche was and how brilliant he is.
But also, you do get to fight a fair few like soldier third class sort of enemies.
You do, yeah. And there's more, like, these guys, it took you so long to find them, and then they never deploy... They never just deploy soldiers to find you. They just deploy grunts and random other people to
It's
find you.
mostly just like regular military goons.
Yeah, they never deploy soldier to come get you, which I think is really interesting, because it obviously still exists.
Yeah, and it's like, it makes like, in this version specifically, it makes soldier feel really exclusive.
Yeah.
Which I guess is neat, like...
But that's the reason that there's supposed to be third, second, and first classes. Like,
Yeah.
and I think it
But
works
it's
better
it's not fully explored in this version of the game.
But yeah, I think it works better in the remake because you can see the difference between them.
Because outside of those two enemies, we literally just
Right.
fought.
While we're casually hiding behind this, we're coming to the end of our episode.
Yeah, we've got enough time to like get through this.
Do we?
Yeah. I'm looking at it, we've got like a minute.
Maybe I know.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I was doing.
Ooh.
Did you not get?
No.
Okay.
I clearly wasn't picking up on what you're throwing.
What?
I ain't picking up what you're putting down, baby. It's... It's not happening.
You're confusing me, and I don't like it. Stop it. Good.
Oh yeah, we get to see Genova.
We do. That thing ain't got a head.
I love that they actually added in a Genova boss fight for the remake. Like,
Yeah.
I'll probably end up bringing that up again in the next episode, like just to follow on, or I'll completely forget, like I always do.
Yeah, usually.
But I do appreciate that they threw in a Genova
Can we
boss
just look
fight.
at Tifa just poking the glass there? Like, hey friend. Oh no.
Yeah, so we're literally just going to get to the next point. I can open a menu.
Yep.
There's a dang head! I know he probably didn't say dang, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to see you guys next time.
Well, we're going to try and find its dang head.
We're going to try and find his dang head.